Okay, that was a really good team effort from our guys. Obviously, we started really slow offensively, and then in our return game, when we turned the ball over, defense was terrific throughout the game, and our players, they rallied together, stayed together. And, I mentioned to them that, that's why football is the greatest game when it comes to learning lessons in life. Because for the first 15 minutes, there wasn't anything that went our way. And some of it was self-inflicted, but our guys continued to have good body language and a good attitude, and that's so important in a team sport. We knew TCU was fast at key positions, and we were concerned about our matchups. Based on the speed that they have. They've done a nice job of recruiting at TCU, and they've got guys that can run and make plays. But our defense was really good. That was the difference today. Wes played okay. I know that question's going to come up. I'll go ahead and answer it right now. He played okay. Good enough to win. It's not always easy to go back out and play when you're young after you've had an injury. But I was proud of the way he competed. I thought as the game went on, he progressed and got better. Early, some of the throws that you saw were the same things that we saw. They were just errant. They were just out there, maybe for no rhyme or reason. But we're glad he was back out there. And the leadership with our defensive veteran players was really good. And I was proud of the guys for getting some turnovers and made a couple big plays late.
Wes took a few hits, Mike. It seemed like almost that he got better after that. Do you think maybe that was a sign for him that, okay, I've taken a few shots here and I'm okay, I can keep moving?
Yeah, same conversation we had, John, that he was tentative some in what I see. I hadn't had that discussion with him, but early, and then when he got hit a few times, he was like, it's not that bad, kind of like Rocky against Apollo Creed, he figured out that he wasn't going to beat him to a pulp. He was stronger for it, and that's really kind of what happened. He got better as it went on.
Other than that, what did you just see him confidence-wise doing as the game went on?
I think his confidence, other than what we just talked about, is good. He's very level-headed. He's a very cerebral young man. So I don't think he ever doubted himself. I just think that it's kind of human nature, and he had to grow into it. He got hit a few times and realized that it was going to be okay. That's all right, go ahead.
Tough sledding offensively until Jeremy Smith scores on that fourth down run. What did that play do for you, just getting in?
Well, in most cases with our offense, with where we're at right now, you almost have to kick the field goal, but I got tired of kicking field goals. And we're not very good in third and short, and we're not very good in fourth and short. We have to be better on the goal line or even up in the field. We've discussed it. We've talked about it. We do have some limitations right now in certain positions, but we have to find a way to convert. In order to beat teams as we progress through this stretch, we have to be better in that situation. And we've not been. But they wanted to go for it. I've been talked into it before and it not worked, but I got talked into it again by the players. Jeremy got downhill, and it was kind of the turning point that we needed to start to take control in those situations.
There's another big play the Nigel Nicholas play. He strips the guy and picks it up.
Yeah, we should have had the ball on the 50. We all got on the field and got a flag. That was a good call on their part. The one part of that play that we need to be better as everybody's standing around watching the ball. They got to pick the ball up anytime it's live like that, because the only thing they can do is blow it dead. But that was a big play. I thought that our defensive line got pressure on the quarterback a number of times. It made a big difference in some of the throws that he made.
Coach, a few weeks ago after Texas, we were asking you about third down conversions and red zone chances. Today, they were 2 of 14 on third downs and 1 of 3 in the red zone. What's been the difference after that bye week and through Kansas and Iowa State up until now?
With our defense?
Yeah.
Well, we're healthy now. We've got some guys back. We were beat up early in the season a little bit at key spots. It helps when we have 27 back in certain situations. He's long and rangy and can run, and has got a body to where he can play a third down run play and also help us in the passing game. Now, that may sound odd to you, but he's disruptive and distractive down the field throwing the ball for a quarterback because he moves fast. It helped to get him back, and I think our pass rush is getting better. Calvin Barnett has only played 7 games at this level. There's a big adjustment from his level to this level. James Castleman is just starting to grow up, so they're giving us some inside push. We defended the deep ball much better in this game like we had in the 2 games before this. Early in the season, we were poor on the deep ball. And you kind of tie all that together, and it makes for a better defensive performance. And I thought that our guys did a good job of covering down on the short throws on third and 4 to 6.
Coach, you had a pretty good day running the football. What was effective with the rushing attack?
Well, it never changes for our offense. The defense at some times can dictate what we do, whether it's a run or pass. And Wes did a good job for the most part in the mental side of whether to hand the ball off or throw it, or his plays that he checked at the line. He was really good. Gina, you asked that earlier. He's really good mentally in this game. I think maybe we had 73 plays. I can only remember a couple times where he wasn't correct mentally. And when he does that, when our quarterback makes good decisions, we have a chance to run the ball effective. I did feel like our offensive line was physical enough for us to win this game. They were good last week, and I thought they were good in this game of being physical run blockers.
You mentioned 27. There was a play on third down for them. You guys just get the field goal to go ahead. He knifes in there and stops them for a loss, and they miss a field goal.
Right.
That was a big play. Another example.
Right. Those guys are, in today's defensive football, the 6'2", 6'3", 200, 215-pound player that's active and has good football skills, meaning kind of has an idea of where the ball should be and where it's going to go, they make a big difference in today's game.
Did you get a sense even early on that your defense would be able to control it, and that allowed you guys to just kind of kick some field goals, run the ball, and get further into the game?
Well, I felt good about our defense, but I wasn't wanting to kick field goals. But we're in 4th and 4, 4th and 5, 4th and 3. It's just too far for us to do it right now with where we're at on offense. I mean, the hesitation on the plays is because I want to go for it, but it's just not smart with where we're at. It is what it is. We got a freshman quarterback. We're kind of pulling the pieces together a little bit on offense to try to be effective, and it doesn't play to our strength right now.
From the defensive side, then did you feel like, early on even, hey, we can control this game that way?
I felt really good. The score was deceiving because you looked up there and thought, and then you realize, well, that we gave them 7 and we turned it over another time on the 20 or the 30 or wherever they got the ball. So I felt good about our defense. My concern was whether we could generate enough on offense to match them. And as it went on, obviously we gained more confidence in our defense, and it allowed us to be a little more conservative than what we would traditionally be on offense.
What's the key to fixing the red zone? Obviously you went 8 for 8 and had a ton of field goals, but getting that into the end zone, is there something that you're just missing now? Obviously you talked earlier in the week about missing Justin Black and those guys, but how do you do that?
I think that it's real simple. Is when you're in our style of play, and we're in our 4th year now, and so I'm learning. In our offense, there's good things and bad things. The good things is you can get back in games really fast, and you can strike really quick if people are somewhat limited in the secondary. The issues you have are short yardage because you're not built for that. If you have a first-round pick at wideout, it's different because you can throw it up and he can go get it, or you can run a slant and his body's better than their body and he makes a play. So, it's not any secret. The teams we play next, everybody knows that you're playing with a freshman quarterback. We have some limitations right now on offense with personnel. You know, it's almost like I heard somebody say, and it's really a good comparison. It's like Apollo 13. You know, you just kind of shake up what you have and dump all the pieces out, and you got to try to find a way to get that thing back to the ground. Well, that's really what our offensive staff is doing right now. And no matter what, it doesn't do any good to sit and talk about it. You just got to find a way to make it happen. And so I'm giving you the example of our offense is not based on scheming. Right now, for the last 3 weeks, we've become schemers based on our personnel. And so there's some adjustments going on.
Did you notice, and it might have been just me, but in that first quarter when it seemed like the tires were not not catching it.
They were flat.
Yeah, flat, I
Yeah.
guess. Did you notice Monken, all those trick plays, is that a spark for the team? What, I guess, is that a way to get things moving a little bit? How do you view those plays?
We carry more of those plays than we traditionally have. You know, the first couple years we were in this offense, very seldom do we ever run that kind of play. They have more of those plays that we've worked, and we just haven't run many of them. And in the situation we're in at times, you have to find a way to get big plays. Sustaining 10 and 12 play drives over 80 yards, percentages tell you it's not going to work. That's across the country. So you have to find ways to get chunk plays, and if you're struggling a little bit, and Wes was struggling a little bit early, we had to find ways to get big plays that may be not normal for our offense.
One of those trick plays was a touchdown. Didn't seem like a good time to have a hold. I mean, probably unnecessary.
Yeah, that was kind of a downer. You know, you throw it and you get it off on time and the defense is right, and you catch it and you release it and you execute and you get a penalty. That's a real downer there. But the guys rallied back. It is what it is. They have to be better next time.
Do you think they responded to those plays? Do you think that kind of, as I said, sparked them a little bit?
Our players must have. You know, that was about the time things kind of started to turn a little bit. I honestly think that what sparked us was our defense. Because when you're making mistakes on offense and you're playing poorly, it's really discouraging when you go out there and the other team goes down the field and scores. Then the pressure mounts, not only on the players, but on the play caller. And if your defense is just stuffing them and you go back out, it doesn't feel so bad. And I think that was really as big a factor as any. They played so well that allowed the offense to get going.
Quinn Sharp's play today.
Quinn Sharp,
His play
he's a
today.
great weapon for us.
5 for 5 field goals, a lot of touchbacks. He's always been sort of a cog for you, has he not?
Yeah, we're going to miss him. If we can try to get another year with him, it'd be great. He's terrific punting the ball. His first punt wasn't very good, but other than that, he was really good. His kickoffs, I don't think they returned. Well, they tried to return one. We hit him on the 11, and then he was really good with his field goals. So, very important part of the game. We did challenge our team before the game to win the special teams. We have not won the special teams battle maybe since, I don't think we won it, you know, if you don't count the first game. We've not won that battle. So I feel pretty good about how we played on special teams today.
Did any one player convince you to go for it on fourth down? And if so, what did he say to convince you?
Oh, I just listened to them all over there. And, you know, you kind of have to take it with a grain of salt because they do it every time. You could be 4th and 8 and they want to go for it. So, but honestly, like I said earlier, that was where I was to the point where I'm done kicking field goals. I almost went for the one out there. It was 4th and 4. I just didn't know, I didn't have in my mind what play we could call that really fit who we are at this time, where we're at on offense.
Comment on Joseph Randall, 163 yards, running and receiving.
Joseph, well, let me back up. Our challenge to him has been to play at a high level with a lot of energy throughout the season and not fluctuate. And you guys that have watched Joe's been really, really good at times, and then he's kind of fallen off some. And being a senior leader, and if he's going to pull our guys along, he's got to play at a high level with a lot of energy, and he's done that for us over the last few weeks. One of the reasons he was able to play effectively today is because he was able to get out some with 31 being back in there. Jeremy was back on the field, and I don't know if he really hadn't been with us in 3 weeks or so. It makes a difference to get Joe off the field some and let him catch his breath.
Were you having a hard time getting the officials to hear you today? It looked like you had to maybe raise your voice a couple of times out there.
You know, I got to do a better job of taking a microphone out there, you know, like a megaphone. But no, I need to be able to relax a little bit. Sometimes my competitive spirit gets to be more than what it should be. I really do like those guys. I just wanted the team to finish this thing out.
Last question? Am I good?
Thank you.
Got Quinn Sharp in the room.